Next year, we begin our campaign to realize the 2030 Agenda and end poverty on the planet. We will seize the opportunity to be the last generation to stop these worst effects of climate change. And we will press to secure human rights and human dignity for all.
It's clear that the United Nations remains the indispensable forum for global cooperation and progress. And by joining with the United Nations, each of us can help build a stronger, healthier, more prosperous planet.
Though these global goals were adopted at the United Nations in September by world leaders, they belong to all of us.
At our heart, we at UNA USA are advocates for action. We know that fulfilling these goals and advancing the aspirations of girls in Sana or San Antonio depends on committed, passionate leaders on both sides of the aisle.
There are 250 million children, about a third of those children under the age of 5, who the fact of their birth is not registered. They don't have birth certificates. They're basically non-persons. It makes life a lot tougher for them.
In early 2014, one of the worst epidemics in our lifetimes struck Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. Ebola left a devastating human toll in its wake. It threatened nations and tested global health systems.
In receiving this award, I receive it on behalf of the healthcare workers that put their lives on the line, those men and women from across the world.
All governments, including my own, must work harder at building more just, inclusive, and transparent societies.
I am sure this award serves as a reminder to all in Iran that the United Nations and all those who work to advance the principles and the purposes of the United Nations remain firmly committed to working with Iran to advance the fundamental rights of the people of Iran.
The UN is instrumental in advancing our national security, interests around the world, and in helping confront terrorism, nuclear proliferation, infectious disease, extreme poverty, and environmental degradation.
The UN has launched a unique and unprecedented global public education campaign for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender equality by debunking myths, challenging negative stereotypes, and getting people talking. Free and Equal is able to reach communities where the issue has been considered so taboo that levels of awareness are practically non-existent.
Ending violence and abuse against lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people will take more than new laws and policy announcements. It's going to take a fundamental change in social attitudes in people's hearts and minds.
If the world community chooses to look away from the suffering and desperations of millions, it will not just be a humanitarian crisis that we face, but a crisis of a basic humanity.